in your FRT projects. As all of you would know, as of 20th of November, we have now started to include an AI service as a mandatory field in your project submission, which is why these AI mentoring sessions along with our mentor will help you understand how to utilize different AI services in your projects and for you to get ideas as well on how to best utilize them and get your project approved. For today's session, I'll just introduce myself and my team, and then we will get started with our mentor for today's session. My name is Nuria. Along with me, I have others from the FRT program. I have Chaitanya as well as Vaishnavi. For today's session, in case any of you are first-time joiners of our mentoring session, we have with us Ashok Pandey, who is a seasoned Microsoft certified trainer with over 15 to 17 years of experience of educating students and organizations on how to best utilize Microsoft services. So he's an expert in this domain, so please make the most of this session. Before I hand it over to Ashok, just a couple of housekeeping updates as well for all of you. Please do stay on mute unless we ask you to come off on mute during the question answer section. So Ashok will be doing his presentation, after which we will open it up for question answers. In case you have any additional questions, or if you don't want to raise your hand and ask your question by coming off on mute, you can always use the chat feature and post your questions. Either myself or any of my FRT colleagues, we all are here to answer your questions as well. Also, just one other announcement before we get started. Today is our final AI mentoring session for this 2023 calendar year. We will be taking a 2 to 3 week winter break after this, and we will resume with our AI mentoring sessions around the middle of January. So you all will get information regarding that as and when our calendar of events is ready for you. So just a quick reminder again, please stay on mute unless you have been asked to come off on mute, only during the question answer section. So with that, Ashok, I'd like to hand it over to you, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Nuria.
Thank you.
Just
Thank you.
confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes, perfect. I can
Yeah.
see it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. So, guys, welcome everyone. As Nuria said, our topic is image classification. So, guys, if there is anyone who has joined my sessions before or our sessions before, so we have covered one of the topic which was object detection. Now today our second topic, which is actually also part of the Azure custom vision. So now, guys, for this you need at least two things. Make sure that you have your subscription as your subscription. So you should have your Azure subscription ready, and then you need to also create your account in customvision.ai. So I have already logged into my account to save some of the time. So you can see here. So you have to also log into this portal. Now, first of all, guys, we have to go to our AI services, and once you go there, you have the custom vision. So click on the custom vision, click on the custom vision, and here you have options to create your resource. So click on the create, and you have to fill up the informations which is available here. Now, first of all, you have to select your subscription. And you know that in Azure environment, any resources that you create need to keep in the resource group. So if you do not have any resource group before, so you have to create your resource group. So resource group is a logical container of the resources. Now you have to use a name for the resource that you are using. So I am using custom vision image classification. So I am going to use a name. Okay. So this is my resource name that I am going to use. And down here, you see, you have to use the pricing. You have to select the pricing. So training pricing tier, we have a F0 and we have S0. F means free. So free actually help allow you to create two projects. And each project you can have around 5,000 images. So it's enough. But if you want to go for the standard, which will be paid, so you can also go. Now I have selected my for both the prediction and the our resource prices as a free. Now I need to click on the create now. This lab has a waiting time, guys. Remember, and during the deployment process doesn't take that much time, but the model will take time to reflect in our custom visio.ai portal. So as you can see that I have already submitted my deployment. So it is in progress. This process takes 1 to 2 minutes or even less. So as you can see that I have deployed my, actually the this tool can help you a lot. You can think a scenario. You can think a scenario where there are there are like you see you have motion detection camera. Okay, and those cameras actually capture the images or the animals wild animals in the like a wild animal in uh like national national park or anywhere. Okay, so you can what you can do is suppose that you have the cameras and which capture the images. Now what can you do is you can use this tool to detect the special kind of animals species in the those gatherings. So it will help you a lot to find out the type of animals or the species of the animals much more efficiently and faster. It is actually based on, you can say, motion sensor sensitive cameras. So just let me check. You can see that my deployment is completed. Okay, so now if we go to the resource inside, so this is the resource which I have created and this is the prediction. Now, if I go inside this, I have my endpoint and my key.
Just one thing, Ashok.
Yeah.
The toolbox on the side is coming on the screen. Do you think you
Oh,
could move it to
okay.
the right
Okay,
side,
okay.
just so
Yeah,
students
yeah,
can
just
see that menu? Thank
okay,
you.
okay, just yeah, thank you. Is it okay?
Yes,
Okay,
yes. Now it's perfect.
great.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, so we can see here, but now if I go to customvisio.ai portal, it is loading our project. So this process takes bit longer. It may take 5 minutes. Once it is there, like you see this, if I go to or click for new project, it is asking for name and it is not showing me the resources which I have created from the Azure portal, but it should reflect here. Another thing, you can also, if you want, you can create your project right from here directly. But still it will go to the Azure portal. As you can see here, it is asking you to define your resource group. Okay, so even if you want, you can create your project right from here, but it takes little bit time. So I'm waiting since I have already created my resource. Now, meanwhile, let's switch back to the few slides that I have created for you. So guys, as you can see that we have already covered object detection. So custom vision has two services, object detection and the classifications. Object detection related class we have already conducted and the videos has been posted in the YouTube and channels. The link has been shared with all of you. If you want, you can go through those videos, which will help you a lot. Now, so today we are going to discuss about the image classification. Now, image classification is our AI custom vision. It's actually as your AI based service, which you can use to categorize or identify your different objects. It can be animal, it can be anything you want. Now, if we talk about the now, so if you want, you can use this tool to improve your own image identifier model. Now, custom vision. Actually, remember that when we talk about custom vision is also a part of machine learning. Okay, it uses machine learning algorithm to identify, analyze, and categorize your your images. This identifier actually use the label to the your images as per your requirement, as per the tagging you have done. So now, as I told you that AI custom vision actually has two different functionality, or it has been divided into two different features based on its features. The one is the image classification, which we are conducting today, and the one which is object detection, which we have already done in our previous sessions. Okay, now you can you can use you can use this tool to identify any type of object you want. Custom vision service, as I told you, that it is machine language or machine learning algorithm is used by this tool. So we need to train our machine here. Okay. So we will see that once our project is our object is detected, then you see that we will train our objects. As you see here, I have few objects. Okay, I have few objects. Like here, there are three categories. Like you see this, these are an lions, and I have another category which is giraffe. Okay, so I will upload these images, and another one is I have elephant. Okay, so I have my images ready. So I'm just waiting for my object. It is a default behavior, guys. It takes its time to display here. So just waiting. Okay, let it. Now, guys, remember that when we talk about this service, so this service has so if you want to use this custom Visio service, so there are two tiers or costings. So we have two tier. So one user which is free and one user standard. Okay, free is free. So you can under the free you can create two projects, and under a standard which is paid you can create uh, up to 100 projects. Now if you go with the free, each projects that you create can have or can be trained with 5,000 images per per your projects per project. So if it allow you to create two like two projects, so each 5,000, that's mean it will allow you to train your machine for like 10,000. But if we go with the standard, each projects help you or allow you to train 10,000 images. And for the prediction, from the prediction point of view, it has limit, which is per month you can train up to 10,000 images. Okay, per prediction per month 10,000. But in case of the standard, it is unlimited. Okay. Now from your project point of view, this is enough. This is enough. You can create 50 tags here, 50 tags. Okay, 50 tags, up to 50 tags you can create here. But this gives you just double, just 10 times, which is 500. So for free, it is enough to work with. But if you want, you can also go for the paid version. Okay. But we are currently working with the free one.
So Ashok, we just have one question from a
Yeah.
student, Kushveer, was asking where did you get all of those images from?
You can download it from anywhere if you want. Okay, you can use any images you want.
Great.
Okay.
So, Kushveer, I hope that helps.
Okay, I have already downloaded the like you see, we have to just keep some things handy.
Correct, correct. Yeah, yeah, agreed.
Okay, so now you see this, create your first project, which is already like now. If I click on the new project, now you see this, it should show me my project name. Okay, which I have already created. Now here, it is asking for a name. So since I have few animals there, so what I am doing is I am just going to use my custom name or my name as per my requirement. So you can use any, for if you it is fruit, you will use fruit's name. If it is like, it's up to you what type of images you want. Okay, so your project name need to be reflect that. Okay, so now my project is animals. So I say animal. Uh, so it will help me to identify my the animals. Okay, so now this is my resource name which I have already created, and now here you see this project type. Last time in our last session, we had gone through the object detection, and this time we are going with the classification. So we are going with the default selections without making any further changes. Okay, so now I say create object, create our project. Now this process doesn't take that much time. So now I am going to upload my images. Till 51. I selected, I uploaded 6. Okay. Now we need to, once it is uploaded, we need to just tag them accordingly. So tagging is important. Okay, tagging is important. So I say select all, tag image, and I say this is lion. Okay, so what we did is we have uploaded few of the pictures of lions, and now we have other animals. So I'm just going to add image. Done. Add image.
Hello,
Okay, so
image.
now we have,
Load.
just wait. So now our objects has been uploaded. Okay, after you upload your images, you need to train your machine. As I told you, this is based on machine learning. So as you can see here, okay, we are the training image, and here we have train option here. So if we click here, we have the quick train. Just run this one and wait for few minutes. Okay, and it is going to train our machine, and then we will see how to uh, detect and identify any other animals. You can see here probability threshold, which is 50%. Okay, and once it is done, then we will change this threshold, and you see. So we are training our machine. And remember, guys, since we have started the training, we cannot stop this. Okay, so we cannot cancel this one anyhow. Okay, so there is no possibility or way that we can cancel this. Once we start, we need to wait for its completion. Another point, guys, remember that this custom vision service is not available everywhere. Okay, so you can go to you can find those informations in, like Microsoft has made those informations available on their websites, so you can find out the reason. And that's why you see that I have used the east us, because this service is available over there. So there, most of the services actually, as your services are available in east us, so even we prefer to use that location for most of our uh, services or the deployment, even you for practice and training. Now you see this, it is done. Okay, it is done. So you can see that I have selected my images. So if I click on here, so it will open the images. So it has used this image. Similarly, if we go down there, it has used this one. And so using these images, now it is going to identify the animals. Like it will, if I define any URL, or if I use any, like you see this, if we have the quick test. Okay, we have quick test. So if you click here, you need to define, you have the options to define either URL. So if you have URL, define the URL of the animals, and it will detect. Since I have already my files on my system, I'm going with the browser, and it says lion. So I am going to use one of the picture of the lion, which I did not upload it before. Okay, so I click on open, and let's see. It is what? 99.07% it is loyal. Okay, similarly, if I browse another one which I did not upload it before, now what it's saying? It's a giraffe. Now, similarly, if I go here and select. So you can see that we have selected or few of the image to train our visual service, AI service, and then it is efficiently able to identify the type of animals. You can use your URL, you can, if you have images on your local system, you can upload and you can detect. So it's a very nice tool that we have available on the Azure portal, which you can use. Now, here you see this, we have publish. So if I click here, now we need to specify a name, and we have to select our prediction resource. So it is prediction resource is this one, publish, and it is going to generate URL which we need. So if we click on the prediction URL, so you can see that it has generated a prediction URL, and it has generated the prediction key. So if you have your any kind of applications like client applications, okay, which I have already. So now I'm going to use those both of the uh, key and the URL here. So I say key, now we have to use our URL and the key which has been generated here. Copy this and the prediction key. Once it is done, just wait. Okay, so now what we have done, we have now used our URL and the key with the applications that we have. And then what can we do is we can now run, select, select your what type of animal it is. It is simply going to tell us. So it's a very straightforward tool, guys. If you want, you can build such kind of applications, and you can use this AI tool, cloud-based tool, to develop your project, which will actually help you identify your objects. It can be anything, like you can use this one to identify your fruits, or you say your any objects in the stores. No, remember, guys, that custom vision, actually this service does not replicate our data to other regions, but there is one which is based in North Central US. So since there is no local supports available, so that's why it replicates the your informations outside the North Central US data center. But other one, or like we have used the East US, so it is not going to replicate data outside that region. Okay, so thank you, Nuria.
Thank you, Ashok. So, students, I know some of you might have questions based on what Ashok has just presented. So, if you have any questions, we have left the last 10 minutes of today's call for all of your questions. So, if you have questions, please raise your hand. We'll ask you to come off on mute and ask your question. Or you can also post your question in the chat, and we'll also answer it from that. So, students, now is your time to go ahead and ask your questions, please. Students, do know that this will be the last AI mentoring session for 2023. So, especially all of you who are looking to submit your FRT project in the next like 10 to 20 days, this will be the last time you'll be able to ask your questions to our mentor on the call. We'll only resume these sessions middle of January next year. So, don't be afraid. Go ahead and ask your questions. Ashok, we've gotten one question from Shubham Jadhav, who is asking if you can explain the PowerShell process once again.
Right. This is the oh sorry, my bad. Just wait. This is a script. So as you can see that there is a variable, two variables, one for URL, one for the key, and we are calling another variable is there. Okay, and you can see that we have used the if statement to look for our images, and this is the source. Now, based on that, we are using this code. And this code, guys, you can use. It's not necessary that you use PowerShell. It can be a Python. It can be a C. So based on your requirement, you can see, you can use your language. But important part is to use that URL and the prediction key. Okay, guys? Okay, Shivam?
So, Shubham, I hope that answers your question. If you have a follow-up question, you can just raise your hand and we will ask you to come off on mute. For students asking about the recorded session, the session is being recorded and it'll be uploaded on our YouTube channel in a day or two. So we will be sharing that link around with you. So you can go onto the FRT YouTube channel, and over there, all of the past recordings of the mentoring sessions that Ashok has done, as well as information regarding end-to-end platform walkthrough, all of those details are available on our YouTube channel. So the recording will be shared with you in a day or two's time. Ashok, to answer your question, Shubham has understood. So thank you for
Okay.
that. Um, Students, if you have any other questions, please do share, especially around, the AI service that Ashok has demonstrated today. We have one student who's raised his hand, Moise. If you want to come off on mute and ask your question directly to Ashok, please go ahead.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can we have kind of documentation that what we have seen today?
You will get the recording of this session within tomorrow or day after tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
Correct,
sir.
correct.
And
Thank you,
and one
Ashok.
more thing, sir. It's like how efficiently this can be used. This can be integrated with our Azure project. What we are, implementing for students. Could you brief about it? It's like how efficiently we can show that we can showcase that we are using the AI service.
Can you please elaborate your questions so that it will be easier for me to answer?
Yes. Can we
Yeah.
show this as an artificial intelligence service integrating to our Azure project, integrating to the Azure services that we are using?
Means you want to say that how you can integrate this with other Azure service.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Ah, see, actually, uh, as you know that this is going to do what? This is going to use the classification. Okay, we have two different services: identification. Okay, like today we did what? Identification. Okay, identification. So now we add other services that you can, if you go here, like last time, uh, Nuria, in last session you shared one link. Do you remember?
Correct, correct.
Yeah.
So this is just a list of all of the Azure
Yes.
services that are available
y-
for students. So just
Yeah.
give me a few minutes. You can
Yeah.
continue.
Yeah.
I'll post it
Yes.
on the side.
Yeah. Actually, see, there are lot of services available. So if you are very comfortable with those services, okay, Moise, if you are very comfortable,
Yes.
do you have the understanding of the Azure core services?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Um,
Virtual
uh,
machine, virtual network, storage account, and all that.
uh, Try to understand. Very good. So VM, okay, VM, which is which require your VNet, okay,
Yes.
VNet, and it also require storage. Okay, it
Correct.
also require storage. But you said storage account, storage account. Okay, now storage account is used for what? Said, do you know that we have blob? We
Yes.
have blob,
Blob container.
blob container. What is it is used for?
Storing
What is
unstructured data.
unstructured data? And what I use said here, what I use
Image.
said, and what is the relation? Sorry, sorry, no, my bad. This should be. What is this, sir?
Sir, unstructured image.
So I use unstructured image. Am I right?
Yes.
So you can store your images. Suppose that you bring all your images there. You bring all your images here, okay, and you pull
Yes.
these images here, okay, and then you identify from where did
Okay.
I pull the images. Where from I pull the images? I pull it from my local image, local. So you keep it there.
Local disk.
Yeah, I did it from there.
Yes.
So you do from here. You will store all your images, okay, in the blob.
Yes.
Okay, Manish.
Great, thank you. I hope that help answers the question. We will move on to some other questions as well because there are other students, and we do want to be mindful on time since it is almost 7:30. So students, this is the last few minutes in case you have any questions from your side. Please do go ahead and ask your questions to Ashok while he's still here on the call with us. Just one question. There was a student, Chanda, who was asking if there's any other platform to prepare this kind of prediction models other than Azure. So just to,
So
yeah,
my answer is sorry. We are
correct,
talking about
correct.
Azure.
Correct. That's exactly what I was also just saying on the chat. This Chanda, this is a FRT project which is requiring you
run
to
by
use Azure
run by
services.
Microsoft. Microsoft.
Correct.
Okay. So we have
Correct.
to stick here. Okay. We have to stick here. We cannot. We don't know any other product. Sorry. And
Correct.
I am also MCT. So I respect my product.
No, thank you. But yes, Chanda, to basically answer your question, this is an Azure-based project. If you don't utilize Azure services in your project will get rejected. So you do need to ensure that you're using only Azure services and products. But with that, students, we have the last 1 minute of the meeting. If there are any other burning questions that you might have, um, can post it on the chat as well, and we'll get to it. Otherwise, we will wrap up today's session. And I see we have another question from Moise. Moise, I know you have asked a couple of questions, so I do want to give somebody else a chance as well, because there are a lot of
Okay.
other students on the call as well. So if you have any specific questions, you can write to our support desk. After, just make sure that your email that you send the email to our support desk is from a registered FRT account. Without that, we won't be able to track your student status. Um, so just want to make sure on that. Um, Manoj has asked a question, Ashok, and this is going to be the last question for this evening. Is can we know the process of how to attach the AI model to a website in the user interface?
Mm, okay. Please, can you please elaborate your, you see this in my demo, what I did. This is the user interface. This is the user interface. Okay, an application. And what I did is we just took the
Ashok, you are on mute in case you are speaking.
oh, sorry, I got, oh, my bad. I
No
am
worries, no
speaking.
worries.
Yeah, so sorry. See, I just got this URL and this key, and then what I did is I use it here. Okay, I just paste it here. This is like user interface. This is like the user key. Okay, I'm not on the cloud. So you can use this one, this concept. So you need to find out the your prediction URL and the prediction key and use that one in your wherever you want. So then it will establish the relationship. Okay, Manoj?
Okay, Manoj, I hope that helped answer your question. Students, with that, we will wrap up today's session. If you have any other questions, you can write to our support email at support@futurereadytalent.in. If you have any specific questions around today's session, do make sure that when you do write to support, it is from a registered FRT user email ID, so we are able to track and help you with your particular journey as well. So with that, I would like to thank everybody for joining today's call. We do have one session tomorrow, which is on our FRT office hours. The session is for students who are stuck in any part of the FRT journey. So through at registration or through self-learning industry project. The specific core FRT team will be available to answer all of your process related questions. It won't be an AI mentoring session. So this is only on office hours and to assist you with your FRT journey. With that, I'd like to thank Ashok for your
Thank you,
time
Lydia.
and
Thank
Happy
you.
New Year as well
Happy
to
New
you
Year.
this time.
Yes, yes,
Happy
yeah.
New Year.
Happy New
And
Year to everyone.
students, thank you. And
Yeah.
students, thank you also for
And
joining
happy
our
Christmas
session.
too. Happy
Yes,
Christmas
Merry
to you.
Christmas and
Merry
Happy New
Christmas.
Year. We will
Yeah.
resume again in January. So until then, students, please continue to submit your AI projects. We do want to see what creative and exciting things you can come up with. So I hope these sessions have also helped you. So thank you so much and have a great rest of the evening.